Then it's Venezuela to get us underway in what is a very important match. Game 9, in fact, in Copa América '91. Paraguay against Venezuela. And it's Venezuela in all white. Paraguay in their red and white stripes. And this time we do get underway. And this the Paraguay lineup, unchanged from the opening game. The one they beat Peru 1-0. Number 10, Luis Monzón, the goal scorer. He got the all-important winner in that first game. So an unchanged lineup then for Paraguay. And Venezuela, they also unchanged from their second game. Remember, this is Venezuela's third game in 5 days and 2 defeats so far, but they've decided to stick with their lineup, which finished the second game, the 3-0 defeat against Argentina. Referee is Jose Torres. And remember, it's Venezuela in all white, playing from right to left across your screens. Paraguay, quite obviously, heavy favourites to win this game, but very important that they do, because remember, we also have Chile and Argentina to come up later this evening, the 2 favourites in Group A. And alongside me, I'm delighted to say, we have John Fasciana, England and Wimbledon striker. Early days yet, John, but Paraguay quite clearly favourites.
Oh, certainly, but as you say, it's very, very early. So I think we just got to sit tight and wait and see what happens.
Well, it'll certainly be interesting to see how Venezuela approach it, because with 2 defeats already, they're very much on their way home. Number 4 for them is Jiménez. Just gives it away. All the early skirmishing so far. And the sweeper, Pacheco. And then back to Marcano. Number 8 is Jaimes. And this will be a first touch for Jose Chilavert. Plays his football, of course, in Spain for Real Zaragoza, winning his 22nd cap tonight, the Paraguayan goalkeeper. This is Suárez. The space on the left. And the tackle made by Pacheco, who came across to do the covering job, and this time it's Fasciana, the Venezuelan goalkeeper, who gets an early touch. In their opening 2 games, Venezuela have defended in depth. Hasn't really done them a lot of good. 2-0 the opening game to Chile, the host country, and then 3-0 to Argentina. Tells its own story. Number 10 is Maldonado. And this is confirmation of the Paraguayan lineup, which we've already given you. So all the early sparring in midfield. Sanabria is the Paraguayan captain. Free kick goes to Venezuela. Taken by Rivas, who's looked quite outstanding in the 2 early games. Left-footed, playing wide on the left. This, though, is Jiménez. Number 2 is Marcano. Gives that away, and a chance now for Paraguay. And the first drive, and that's a fine save, John.
Great shot, great shot.
And Fasciana, his reflexes working well for him. Gabriel González it was who cracked that one from all of 20 yards, but the goalkeeper did well.
He did very well.
So as we expected, Paraguay launching the early attacks. Jaimes again, seeing a lot of the ball on the right side of midfield. Rivarola, hustle out of that one, gets it back though. Is that a corner? Well, some desperate defending and just a little lucky there. I think it was Marcano who tried to run it out of defence, just a little adventurously. And again, it was Fasciana who can do the tidying up. Confirmation again of the Venezuela lineup. And Rivas, the number 11, the man to watch. Fasciana winning his 4th cap tonight. 31 years old, the goalkeeper. Plays for the Zamora club. Skills. Maldonado is the number 10, and that's neatly done, but the flag up for offside. But just a moment of danger there for the Paraguay defence.
Yeah, and I think you'll notice they do possess so much close control, great skills, it's a joy to watch.
So this was neatly done. But as you can see, certainly a yard offside. Monzón, the goal scorer in the opening game against Peru. Ball out of play. And it will be Jacquet to take the throw. So a good, lively start of the game. It's Cristaldo getting it down the line. But again, neat skills in a tight situation. Control is good, John.
Yes, very good.
But the sort of thing we expect from South American sides.
Yes, certainly. I mean, we've come to know this and we recognise it all over the world. They've always been very, very skillful, but sometimes, you know, you see a match, there's a lot of skill and not too much real action in that 18-yard box. And that's really where it matters.
Rivas gets it back this time to Cavallo. Venezuela retaining possession in midfield. And Monzón closing down that time on Pacheco. Monzón again. Neat short passing by the Paraguayans, but Venezuela so far certainly closing down well and making it difficult for them to build attacks as they would like. Castro. Goes, waits for support. Cavallo.
I think you'll find both teams haven't really got into a pattern yet. Most of the action, as you can see, is going on in the centre of the park.
That's very much the way they play, though, John, isn't it?
Yes, certainly, yes.
It's neatly done. Monzón with the pass. They have pushed it just a little too far ahead. And that was González who finally broke through. And it looks as if Pacheco got a little knock in that challenge. I think he'd lost control of it, certainly.
Yeah.
And the goalkeeper out quickly too, Fasciana. But I think most British sides by now, John, certainly would have liked to have got the ball into the area just a little more.
Yes, but as you said earlier on, you know, this is not the system. I think on these sort of matches you have to sort of sit back and be patient. And it's normally a split second and there's a goal.
Echenausi. And anxious-looking faces on the bench. Ball's out of play. Carlos Castro couldn't quite keep that one in. And so the throw goes to Paraguay. Suárez, who plays wide on the right. Sanabria, the captain, gets it back. That's a free kick to Paraguay. Jaimes, the man offending. And another good save by Fasciana. No real power on the shot, but he got his angles right. And it's Venezuela who can launch an attack.
Nice bit of skill, though. A nice bit of skill here. Beats his first man cleanly and the second man and gets the shot in from outside the 18-yard box. All right, he didn't connect properly, but a good attempt.
Again, it was González, Gabriel González. Now then, Castro, neatly done. Well, didn't quite read it, just went wrong, but just a hint of an opening and a hint of a chance. So 10 minutes gone in the first half. Paraguay 0, Venezuela 0.
And it has been a very lively first 10 minutes.
Good football so far, certainly. Now, is that a free kick? Looks like it. Maldonado, the man who's gone down. And from what, 25, 30 yards, this could be some danger for the Paraguayan defence.
Certainly a shooting distance. Ron, it's incredible how they do go down and stay down for so long. You know, you play against the Chilis. I played against the Chilis my first game for England, and exactly the same. They do frustrate you so much.
Yes, no doubt that it was a foul, John, but I mean, he made a bit of a meal of it,
yes,
didn't he?
They always do that, as we saw when we saw Argentina come to Italy earlier on.
Well, Maldonado was the man fouled, but it looks as if he's fit enough to take the free kick. He certainly is one of two lining up. In fact, he's leaving it. So it could well be Jaimes who will hit this one, and indeed it is, but that's a comfortable save for Chilavert. So Paraguay, remember, in the red and white stripes. Peralta with the long ball, but a comfortable one this time for Jiménez. Jaimes seeing a lot of the ball in midfield for Venezuela, but he's given that one away. Now this could be real danger. But he gets back, but that I think is going to be a free kick to Paraguay, and a booking for Jaimes. A little bit harsh, John?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was actually his first foul. But I think you'll find the referee's trying to stamp a little bit of authority onto the game very early. I think he realised it could be a very explosive match.
So referee Jose Torres puts Jaimes into the book, and more importantly, perhaps, a free kick for Paraguay this time in a very dangerous position indeed. Venezuela organising their wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men in the wall. And a chance here, certainly.
Yeah, good shooting distance. What have we got there? About 25 yards. We've seen what Gaza can do with the ball from there.
Well, hit it well.
Good strike. Great strike.
A strike again by González, who's the man so far who's had all 3 strikes at target. And it was close enough for Fasciana in the Venezuela goal to have to dive across to cover it. Not too far away, that one.
No. You can see really around 25 yards, 30 yards outside the 18-yard box. You do concede a free kick there. It's very dangerous.
Well, they decided it was Marcano who was the man booked. Jaimes. And the throw goes to Paraguay. Still no goals, and the closest we've come so far, 2 shots from González, the one saved by Fasciana, and the free kick just a moment or two ago, which was just wide. Venezuela now. And again, it was Castro who started to make the run down the left, but the ball played inside the full-back, but an easy one again for the goalkeeper. Venezuela, remember, already beaten twice, 2-0 in the opening match in this stadium to the host country, Chile. And then that goes again to Fasciana. So So if you're just joining us, Copa America 91 brought to you on Screen Sport in conjunction with Lucozade Sports. Neatly laid off by Neffa that time. Haven't seen too much of him so far. Neffa, the number 7, 19 years old, the man who plays his football in Italy for Cremonese. It's a neat little flick. Coolly done by Marcano. They look reasonably composed at the back, John, so far, Venezuela.
Yes, they do, and they've been put on a little bit of pressure, and they've done quite well, as you say, so far.
You do get the feeling, though, that Paraguay are the side with the power and the strength.
Oh, yeah, you see, I think they can turn it up or step it up a gear when they really want to.
So free kick to Venezuela. Suárez on the right again. Peralta. Rivas deciding to get into the action. He's been wide on the left, hasn't seen too much of it there, so he's decided to move in field. Echenausi with the long ball. And this is González. Sanabria. Echenausi again. Now Castro. Well, that won't trouble Chilavert, but I think a number of people will be surprised that Venezuela at least have been able to push forward in attack, and they've looked reasonably accomplished at times. Remember, this match is in Group A, 2 groups in Copa America. And in this Group A, in addition to Paraguay and Venezuela, we have Chile and Argentina, who play later this evening, and of course Peru. Jaimes, it's a good ball. And a half chance. The run to the near post, made well by Maldonado. They don't look that bad aside, John.
Well, at the moment, no, they don't.
But that's certainly the sort of move that you'd see in a First Division game in England.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of near post ball. Jaimes. Guirland. Suárez. Guirland again. Is that a corner? Cavallo, the man who came across. And it's the goal kick which is given. Fasciana came charging out a goal. I'm not quite sure what he came out for.
I think he's protesting about something.
He certainly came out to have a word with the referee, but the referee had already given the goal kick, so I'm not quite sure what he was complaining about. Chilavert again, famous for those long shorts. That's a long kick. Caused 1 or 2 problems for Marcano. But again, it's through to Fasciana. Already conceded 5 goals in Copa America 91. But nonetheless, he's looked quite a competent goalkeeper. Neffa tried to put González through. And this is Rivas. Neat little 1-2. And Rivas has made a good one. This is Castro. Maldonado arriving just a little late.
That was unlucky. Tempted it.
And the shot finally, disappointingly, from Cavallo. But again, Venezuela showing that they can put this Paraguayan defence under a little pressure.
I like Rivas. He's an exciting player. He's instrumental in a lot of Venezuela's attacks.
Just 19 years old and already a veteran of the 1989 Copa América, which was played in Brazil, of course. Paraguay, in fact, finished fourth in 1989 in the last competition, which wasn't at all a bad performance. Brazil, of course, won the last competition, are the present holders. Now Paraguay again. Great chance.
Oh. Did so well to get through.
Well, it was a lovely move set up by Monzón and González. And, well, he took it past the goalkeeper so well. And then it looked as if he may have been just a little off balance as he hit the shot, John.
Did everything right until he actually connected with the ball. Great run. Split the defence. I think the goalkeeper actually done enough and narrowed down his angle.
Forced him wide.
Yeah.
All the real chances falling to Paraguay. Of course, are heavy favourites to win this game. Monzón. So we're pretty well halfway through this first half in the Estadio Nacional. Still the deadlock yet to be broken. Still Paraguay 0, Venezuela 0. Tell you what's interesting there, John, we've now gone 22.5 minutes, and that's the first orthodox cross we've had from anyone in the game. I imagine an English crowd would have gone crazy by now.
Yes, certainly.
Marcano is number 2. Number 4 is Jiménez. And this is Jaimes. Long ball this time.
There's a good old Wimbledon ball there.
I saw your eyes lighting up there.
Yeah, they've scored many a goal from that.
Important tackle by Marcano. Castro with the space on the left. Maldonado. Done well to keep possession. Little impatience in the crowd, but they, of course, are primarily here to see the next match, Chile against Argentina, which is coming up after this one. And that should be quite a game. Now then, Paraguay, great chance, good goalkeeping again. Fasciana again has got his angles right and his timing right.
Great save.
But a lovely ball splitting the defence. But he's not a bad keeper.
Yeah, he looks good. I think he'll need to be tonight.
You do just get the feeling that if Paraguay get one, then the
floodgates are going to open. Yeah.
Suárez. Pushed off the ball. I think he got just a little knock in the face for his trouble. But the free kick taken quickly. Referee waves play on. A bit desperate at times. But still they survive. Third game in 5 days for Venezuela, having lost their previous 2 to Chile and Argentina. And in their long history in the competition, Venezuela managed just 1 win. And that was way back in 1967, their first year in the competition. They were the last of the South American countries to join the Copa America competition. And they won in their first year in 1967 when they beat Bolivia 3-0. And they haven't won a game since. So history certainly is very much against them. Castro, bundled over, gets a free kick.
I think you'll find that when Venezuela do get into the last third, they start to run out of ideas.
I think they're almost surprised to be there.
I think so.
So far, they've managed to hold what they have, and the longer the game goes on, then the more frustrated Paraguay will become, presumably. Extraordinary build-up, of course, to this tournament for Venezuela. They haven't actually played any internationals since 1989. Any serious internationals, and all their preparation was against local club sides. And a number of young players have been making their debuts in this tournament. Marcano, for example, and Echenausi. Jaimes. Sanabria. Neffa, who we've seen very little of so far. There he is now. And then Pelata, number 22, wearing number 22 because of the squad numbers, of course. Monzón. Neffa. Crowded out. Venezuela getting bodies back behind the ball. And that's a throw to Venezuela. Well, lots of excitement in the crowd, but I think they're really warming up for the next one. Rivas, who's wandered out to the right. Without doubt the most talented player in the Venezuela lineup, but has seen so little of the ball so far. Now then, this is Rivas, and he's got a little space. This is neatly done. Well, he might just have got a little bobble there, but he found some space, and he got his shot in.
He could be dangerous. As I said earlier, he could be dangerous. He's the one who really does light the fuse.
Well, he was prepared to go at the defence, John, wasn't he? And he did just get a little bobble, I think, as he hit it.
I think so. And as you've seen, on the left-hand side, he's found that he's not getting much of the ball, so he's just had a little wander. It looks like he's free to wander.
Looks a good play. So, Copa America 91 brought to you on Screen Sport in conjunction with Adidas. So just about 16 minutes left in this first half, and still no goals. Paraguay 0, Venezuela 0.
In actual fact, the longer it goes on like this, the more chance Venezuela have got.
Yes, because Paraguay, apart from 1 or 2 early flurries and a couple of shots from González, they haven't consistently looked as if they can put the defence under great pressure.
That's right, and after a little while, of course, they get frustrated, and that's when the mistakes start to creep in.
Cleared by Marcano, who's doing a good job at the back of the defence as the sweeper.
There's my man again.
Rivas, lovely left foot, very composed little player. Maldonado is number 10. But there again, just in that last three, as John was saying earlier, they do run out of ideas a little. And I think it will take a little inspirational touch. Paraguay now then. González. White shirts converging. Referee helping as well. And that's a good interception by Cavallo. Rivas certainly is wandering now and finding a little more of the ball. I just get the feeling that Venezuela are becoming a little more confident and seeing a little more of the ball.
Just slowly, you can see it, just slowly.
Prepared to retain possession, and that will certainly, as you were saying, John, frustrate Paraguay a little.
Well, that's all they're trying to do at the moment.
And 2 points essential for Paraguay, with Chile and Argentina the favourites to go through to the last four.
And of course, there's no pressure at all in Venezuela. None at all. They're just going out there having a good time.
Well, their coach, Victor Pignanelli, the Uruguayan, has said that despite the 2 defeats, he's been reasonably happy with the performances so far against good opposition. Just about at a half chance there as Echenausi broke through on the left, and they win the first corner kick of the game, which has come after 32 minutes. So Scullion Rivas comes across to take it. Plays for the Mineras club. And he's winning his 12th cap tonight. So the first corner. Didn't quite hit it, but danger. And that's a fine save by Chilavert.
I don't actually think he caught him in the head.
And it was a brave save, because suddenly the ball broke free, and it was Maldonado who was in with a half chance. See it again, John.
This is where they come. If you watch the ball here, contact with the ball. Maybe the last trailing foot might have caught him.
He didn't really hit the shot. There was a deflection on it, and Maldonado, in fact, had done well to follow it in, did the sensible thing, and Chilavert had to come quickly off his line, but he looks all right.
Oh, he certainly does, and he's shouting the encouragement as well.
It's amazing he can move in those shorts.
Yeah. Not bad for a man who just lost his eye.
So Paraguay starting to build again from the back, and again Venezuela fall back in numbers to try to frustrate them. William Pacheco in no hurry to retrieve that one. So Pacheco with the throw. Pacheco played in the last Copa in 1989 in Brazil. Now then, that's a chance and a goal. The deadlock broken at last. And it's Neffa, Gustavo Neffa, who's literally done nothing throughout the game, who's broken the deadlock. And it's come at a good time. A little fake header, and Neffa with his left foot has tucked it away neatly, John.
Good finish, very good finish. Obviously his move to Italy's helped him. Great finish.
And an important goal for Paraguay, coming at an important time. And Neffa, the youngster who played as a 17-year-old in the last Copa, has broken the deadlock. Now 19 years old, playing with Cremonese in Italy.
Very good goal, so important. Paraguay really needed that just before half-time. Great time to score.
So just about 10 minutes left. So that came 11 minutes before half-time.
I think Paraguay can really settle down and start to play some good football now.
Peralta finds Suárez on the right. He finds a little room. I think what also happens, John, is that Venezuela have been prepared to defend and chase and close down as long as it was 0-0. Now that they've lost a goal, they may not be quite so ready to do that.
Oh, certainly it demoralises them. That's no shadow of doubt.
They may not be prepared to work quite so hard, though.
Yes.
Well, we shall see.
You know,
in any event, it's 1-0.
When you're 1 down, you still think you're in with a chance, so you are not going to give up yet.
Marcano. And the throw to Paraguay. Silvio Suárez takes the throw. Important tackle, that.
Very important tackle.
Real pace on that occasion from Jaimes. And again, it was little Rivas who eventually broke through. He really is a good player.
Yeah, great turn of speed. Great turn of speed. Really, that deserves a goal waited there.
I wouldn't be at all surprised that young Rivas will be the target of 1 or 2 Italian scouts, John.
Yeah. Good skill that, just lifting the ball over. Very good skill.
González. Almost worked. Jaimes. Lead support. Cavallo. And this is Echenausi. That's neatly done. Castro. And again, the final ball in, just a little disappointing.
Sloppy ball from Castro there.
Marcano.
But as you can see, Venezuela are now starting to push forward. Maybe that's had the other effect and started to liven them up a little bit.
Good header down again, and a second goal for Paraguay. That's beautifully done.
Maybe it didn't.
Well, Neffa again, the man who flicked it back. And a superb volley.
Great finish.
That really was a superb finish.
In Venezuela now, they're pushing forward and they're leaving themselves exposed at the back.
And the ball back with Fasciana.
They've got nothing to lose. Half-time's not up yet, and they're 2-0 down, so they may as well push forward even further. They can retrieve a goal before half-time. That puts them in with a shout for the second half. So they've got to come forward now.
Well, Paraguay is certainly happy with the situation. It took them a little while to break down the Venezuela defence, but they've done it. And they now have the cushion of a 2-goal lead. And looking more and more dangerous.
Great ball, great ball.
Great save. Fine save again by Fasciana. And that could have been very easily a third goal cracked in by Guirland that time. And that'll be a goal kick to Venezuela. So we're inside the last 5 minutes. Paraguay lead Venezuela by 2-0. And we look to have an injury on the far side. Can't quite see who it is. I think it may be Gabriel González. But he'll have some attention while play goes on.
I didn't actually see what happened to him. Did you see what happened to him?
No, I didn't. But I think he's having some attention on the side, John. Well, no one can complain about the lack of goals in Copa América '91. We've had a feast of them so far, and I suspect there are more to come in this one yet.
Great piece of skill.
He really is a lovely little player. Rivas does it all with his left foot. And now he's back helping out, having lost the ball, prepared to run back and retrieve it again.
Becoming end-to-end stuff now.
It's a very open game, isn't it?
Yes, it's opening out.
Very entertaining.
Let's leave us again on the ball.
And now Jaimes. Echenausi. Echenausi again. Well, he's been forced wide.
It's a great cross. Great cross. Echenausi's cross. Great cross. Pulled it back nicely. Unfortunately, there was no one there.
Well, a little ambitious by Cavallo. But there have been times when they've occasionally looked dangerous. And Monzón ready to come back on. It was Luis Monzón who was injured a little earlier, and now after some attention on the side is weighed back on. So 2-0 to Paraguay as we approach half-time. Castro. Skills by Echenausi, who does a lot of good things on the left. Here he is again, and he wins a corner.
He's certainly getting involved, Echenausi, isn't he?
Done a lot of good things down the left.
Yes, he is.
So the second corner kick of the game, and both of them have gone to Venezuela.
As you'll see, it's not Rivas taking the ball, so we don't know whether it's going to go far post or near post. When Rivas took it about 15 minutes ago, it was actually an outswinger, so I'll be interested to see where the ball goes this time.
Cavallo to take this one with his right foot. Not too much room to move there. And that's wasted. So less than 2 minutes left, and it's been an entertaining first half, John.
It has been very good half.
Paraguay lead by 2-0.
Really weighted that corner, really. Sort of a few seconds to go. Really good to put it in.
So Jose Chilavert waving everyone upfield. A minute to go in the first half. Paraguay lead Venezuela by 2-0. And a free kick to Venezuela. Stadium filling up. Second game to come, of course. And what a game that is. Chile against Argentina. Also in Group A. Marcano gets it back to Fasciana. Suárez. Well, Venezuela still prepared to chase and harry. they win the throw. Echenausi. Throw this time to Paraguay. So we're into stoppage time at the end of the first half. Suárez with the throw for Paraguay. Sanabria tries to change the direction. Ball was out. A little bit of nonsense on the far side there.
Is that a booking there, Ron?
I think it probably is, John. There was just a little bit of nonsense on the far side, wasn't there, with Jiménez.
The referee's shown that he's not putting up with any of that.
But whether he actually went into the book, I'm not sure. He certainly seemed to be writing something, didn't he?
If he did, I don't think it was necessary.
And that's the last action of the first half. So Paraguay then, after taking a little while to settle down and get into the game and break down the Venezuelan defense, did in fact do it. So it's half-time then in this Group A match. Rejoin us after the break. It's Paraguay 2, Venezuela 0. Welcome back as Venezuela take the field with a substitute made at half-time. Alexander Bottini is on for Carlos Castro, who played in the first half, and their confirmation of the score at half-time. Paraguay 2, Venezuela 0. Gustavo Neffa giving Paraguay the lead after 11 minutes, and then a second goal coming from Carlos Guirland to make it 2-0. Referee Jose Torres about to get us underway again. What's going to happen in the second half, John?
Well, let's see if there's going to be one or two surprises. I think, personally, there might be.
Still waiting for Paraguay to take the field. And while we're waiting for Paraguay, a little look for you at the head-to-heads of these countries. This in the Copa America, of course. And Venezuela's record, well, it's a pretty dismal one, really, isn't it? Just the one win, and that was way back in 1967, the first year they entered the competition, when they beat Bolivia by 3-0. But 82 goals conceded really tells its own story. And there's the confirmation of the substitute, Alexander Bottini, wearing number 9, who's come on in place of Carlos Castro. So we'll assume that that's an attacker for an attacker. And a reminder too that the game to follow this one is the big one in Group A, Chile, the host country, against Argentina. That should be quite a game, John.
Yeah, it'll be a very exciting game. Very explosive game, I think.
Yes, one or two interesting little battles there, and they've got a long history, of course, of confrontations, haven't they? And with the sort of temperament that we have with South American sides, anything can happen. They don't have one of these at Wimbledon, I know.
No, they don't. You mean a stadium?
So Paraguay take the field for the second half, and the crowd, as you can see behind, in good spirits, enjoying this match, certainly, and looking forward to Chile-Argentina to come, of course. And this is the match that you can see next, after this one. I'm sure you'll be looking forward to that one. But lots of good football to come in the second half of this one. And it will be Paraguay to kick off. Number 7 is Gustavo Neffa, who got the first goal. Gustavo Neffa. And then the second one scored by Carlos Guirland, who's wearing number 8. So we're just about ready to get underway in this second half. Paraguay leading by 2-0. A vitally important game for Paraguay if they are to maintain a challenge to Chile and Argentina in Group A. There's Neffa, number 7, and alongside him, Felipe Peralta. So they're all ready, and it will be Paraguay in the red and white stripes playing from right to left across your screens. Referee Jose Torres gets us underway. And a quick attack by Paraguay, but a disappointing finish, and a first touch in this second half for Franco Fasciana, who, in spite of conceding 2 goals in the first half, was quite impressive, John.
Yes, he was. Certainly before he conceded the 2 goals, anyway.
And he didn't really have too much of a chance with either of them.
No, he didn't.
First free kick goes to Venezuela, and the second one too. Your man, Stallion Rivas, the man bundled over on that occasion, and you've certainly been impressed with him.
Yes, I have.
All the talk at half-time has been about Rivas and how impressive he would be in a better side.
Yes.
An early cross taken by Chilavert. The cross came from Pacheco. I don't think Jose Chilavert will be too troubled by that sort of cross. Flick on by González. Monzón making a run forward. Neffa waiting in the middle. And González, who's prepared to try his luck from any angle and any distance.
Bit ambitious, but I suppose when you're 2-0 up, it's worth a try.
And he can hit them. We saw in the first half. He brought out a good save and a free kick. Some serious faces there on the Venezuelan bench.
It's a great ball. Great pace on that.
Support. And an early corner won by Venezuela. Chilavert in those long shorts directing his defence. And it will be Rivas to take the corner.
I think we'll see an outswinging corner again.
And the goal kick to Paraguay. Not much doubt about the number 1.
He really does look a real character, doesn't he, with those shorts and those great big gloves.
Well, he's been a pretty successful goalkeeper with Real Zaragoza in Spain. Paraguay through Peralta. Find some space. But again, Venezuela get the numbers back. Paraguayan side built very much around the Olympia club. Almost all the midfield and attacking players from the Olympia club, runners-up to Colo-Colo of Chile in the Libertadores Cup. That's the South American Club Championship. Very controversial fixture, which I know you've heard a lot about in this very stadium. Ended in some tragedy after the match had been won by Colo-Colo. Goal kick to Venezuela. The goalkeeper this time leaving it for number 2, Marcano. Cesar Marcano. First touch for the substitute, Bottini. Pacheco. Bottini again. Plays a little 1-2, and Pacheco had continued his run forward, but no real problems for Chilavert. Five minutes gone in the second half. Paraguay leading by 2 goals to nil. Jaimes. Not some neat football.
I think you'll find the substitute, number 9, Bottini, he's a very busy sort of player. It looks like he's been put on to try and drag him across the pitch backwards and forwards.
Looks a little stronger as well.
Yeah, he does. He looks a bit of a terrier.
Venezuela. Finding a little space on the right. And that's much too close to the goalkeeper. Opening up nicely for Paraguay. Well, the ball was played just a little behind Neffa. And the finish from González, well, he'll be disappointed with that.
He knows, look, you can see by the look on his face.
But he's always prepared to crack them.
Yes.
This is the shot from González.
To be a goal scorer, you've got to. You've got to be able to have a crack from wherever you are. After all, that is your job.
Pacheco, certainly in the second half, finding a little more space, prepared to go forward a little more. Jaimes. Now then. Oh, and a fine save. Well, no need to tell you who set up the opening and hit the shot. It was Rivas, and bringing a good save out of Chilavert. That's neatly played out of defence by Paraguay. And the free kick for handball. But Rivas is different class.
Yeah, he is. He's great.
Well read by the goalkeeper. Jaimes. Almost 10 minutes into the second half then. Copa América 91, brought to you on Screen Sport in conjunction with Lucas Aid Sport. Neffa, ball played just a little in front of him as he played the 1-2 with González. Foul that time on Jaimes. Rivas. Pacheco again coming forward. Well, a bit hopeful with that one, but certainly Venezuela have looked quite lively in the second half, John. I know they've got nothing to lose, but they've given it a go.
They're certainly looking lively. I do feel that the crosses they're putting down the right are really being a little bit aimless. Just sort of as a kick and hope ball.
Well, that's Otilio Yantis. Looks as if he's about to make an appearance for Venezuela as their second substitution. Sanabria gets it wide to González. Maybe running up a blind alley as well. Now then, Neffa. González again. Little fortunate to get it.
Very unusual shot, that one.
To say the least. And now I think the substitution will be made. And Otilio Yantis, it is, who comes on, and Gallardo departs. So Yantis, who looked very impressive when he came on as a substitute against Chile, now gets another chance. And that's a free kick. Foul on Bottini. Jaimes is the number 8, organising this one, and Chilavert getting his defence organised. Jaimes there with the free kick. Little too close to the goalkeeper, really.
Yeah. Interesting ball there, Jaimes. I wasn't sure whether he was just sort of lobbing it there or actually trying to bend it in.
Jacquet. Good interception by Pacheco. And now Rivas. Just a little buzz when he gains possession for Venezuela.
Good tackle, very good tackle.
Rivas again. Echenausi does well. Found a little space for himself. And the substitute, Bottini, couldn't quite get the shot in. That one blocked from Jaimes. This is a little lively spell from Venezuela. They're doing well. And just a little desperation from Paraguay in defence. Jaimes again.
Great football.
Neatly done.
Nice 1-2s.
Pacheco
Control.
with a cross. Didn't quite fall.
That's that aimless ball I keep talking about, Ron. Keeps coming in from the right-hand side, really going nowhere.
Yes, they build it up so nicely, and then in the last third, it's the last ball in, which is disappointing.
There it was again. You just saw it again. Unless they have got some sort of master plan, I do think it's, you know, it's wasting the ball.
Yes, because in the build-up, they're prepared to be patient, aren't they?
Yeah, great
possession.
Great build-up.
The support play is good. Here we go again. That's a better ball, though, to the far post.
Venezuela had a great spell,
And that was Yantis, the substitute, with his first touch, putting it wide. But that's a much better ball because it's aimed to the far post, away from the goalkeeper.
And really, Yantis has got to hold his head because he should have done better with that. He should have scored.
Should have got it on target at least.
At least,
at the very least.
He was on his own. He pulled off well. The ball was there.
But as you were saying, it really is a good spell. They've had pretty well all of this.
They just need that one goal. They just need that one goal, Ron, which will bring them back in the game. And I think then we'll all see a very different match.
They're 2-0 down, 15 minutes gone in this second half, this Group A match. It's the 9th game, in fact, in Copa América '91. Paraguay lead by 2 goals to 0. Neffa and Guirland, the goal scorers in the first half. Looked like handball, spotted by referee Torres. So half an hour left then.
That was a wasted ball. Paraguay don't seem to have that sort of urgency as Venezuela's have got at the moment.
Whether they've decided to sit on their 2-0 lead a little, John, but that's dangerous always.
It's very dangerous. It looks like they've decided to shut up shop, and it's a little bit too early to do that. And I think it looks like it's going to be another booking.
Well, the booking this time is for Rivarola, and it looks as if we're getting another one as well, as he's got the card out. This looks like Sanabria, the captain too, has got booked. So referee Jose Torres is taking no messing at all. So a booking for Rivarola and Sanabria for protesting. Jaimes with a shot and turned behind. And Chilavert, well, he looked a little uneasy with that one. Driven in by Jaimes.
I must say, I do think that all the referees' bookings have been really quite pointless and unnecessary.
Chilavert again coming out and a little hesitant for that one. But the initial free kick from Jaimes, I think there may have been just a little deflection there, John.
Yes, certainly.
Chilavert was struggling, wasn't he? So Venezuela have had 3 corner kicks already in the opening 16 minutes of this second half, and they've looked very lively indeed. It's a free kick, foul on Jaimes. And he's looked very useful in midfield, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
With the long hair.
He has. Well, what we're seeing at the moment on this half performance, Venezuela should be 2-0 up.
A very neat football. All still in play.
But I think, as we said earlier, Paraguay, we know, can step it up a gear or move into another gear when they want to, and if they want to.
And they do have the cushion of a 2-0 lead. Confirmation of the second yellow card, Sanabria, Vidal Sanabria, the Paraguayan captain. Testing the original yellow card for Rivarola.
And it's a pity, really, because here we've got a game which has been quite a clean game. We've got 4 bookings.
I don't think we've had a single bad tackle, have we?
No malice at all, certainly, and we've got 4 bookings. If there is a trip now, somebody's got to go off. And that's when the trouble does start. It's the way the referee interprets the game. I think you put it down to almost man management.
Fasciana. Free kick again to Venezuela. Cavallo that time is pulled back. Cavallo wearing the number 5. There's a neat confidence, certainly, about Venezuela. Playing with great composure and neatness.
Nice free-flowing football, but end result just not there. Looks like they've had a good half-time talk.
And that's neatly tidied up. Neffa threatening again, but Jaimes it was who came all the way back. Gets through an enormous amount of work.
Yeah, he does.
Bottini, substitute. Look at this space now.
It's Jaimes again running.
Well, I think there was a deflection on that. The shot hit by Maldonado.
That was nearly the one run we're talking about.
But look at the defence backing off him, John. And then there was a slight deflection.
I think you can see the balance in the game is slowly starting to swing Venezuela's way.
A fourth corner kick of the second half.
Every loose ball, as you can see, is being won by Venezuela.
Throw is given Paraguay's way. Rivas not too happy about that. He was convinced that the last touch was off the Paraguayan player. Sanabria. Now then, chance to break, perhaps. Jaimes. Pacheco, space on the right. Better early cross. And Jaimes, well, couldn't have been that far wide.
Certainly getting closer.
Venezuelan captain.
Seems like they're getting a lot more direct as well.
This is Jaimes' shot. Well, Chilavert certainly would have been struggling. So a very lively game indeed, lively second half. Brought to you on Screen Sport, this Copa América 91 game in conjunction with Adidas. José Chilavert. Monzón, operating rather more on the left in this second half, but we've seen very little of Luis Monzón, goal scorer in the first game against Peru. And now we're just about halfway through this second half. Paraguay still lead Venezuela by 2-0. It's been a good first period of this second half for Venezuela.
Great bit of skill there by Yantes there, and nutmegs and then pushed it on.
Bottini almost managed to thread that one through. Jaimes again sustains the attack.
Here comes his cross again.
Pacheco, disappointing again.
Again.
Pacheco's had so much space on the right.
Yeah.
He's done so well to get into space on the right throughout this second half, John, and yet the end product hasn't been good.
His distribution has been very poor, and he has let the boys down, unfortunately.
Rivas now with a little space. Yantes. Neat football again. Jaimes. Jaimes again. Well, he's gaining in confidence, certainly. Prepared to try it. Strikes the ball well.
Yes. I think that's his third shot from around about the same, roughly the same range and the same position.
But it's interesting, John, he strikes long passes neatly too,
yes,
as well,
does.
and that's always a good sign, isn't it?
Yes.
Just a good striker of the ball.
Well, we're looking at really sort of, if he has 5 shots, 1 goes in, then we're all pleased. Well, certainly they are anyway.
But the technical level of skill has been high.
Yes. It always is with the South American sides. The technique's always first class.
So a free kick to Paraguay. Offside. Spotted by the referee, and the flag up on the far side.
Very easily defended that free kick as well.
Well, it was just chipped forward, wasn't it? And Fasciana, who's had a much quieter second half, really hasn't had a direct shot to save, the Venezuelan goalkeeper. It really would be interesting if Venezuela could pull a goal back.
Very much so. I think all the Paraguay team, they've had a very quiet second half, so far anyway.
That'll be a throw-in. So just under 20 minutes left. And Rivas, well, I didn't see any booking for Rivas, but the caption has gone up. It must have been an earlier booking, I think.
I hope so, otherwise we're up to 5 bookings.
Well, the first Paraguayan chance of the second half. Neffa with a shot on the volley. Struck that one beautiful.
Would have been a great goal.
Here it is.
That's about 16 yards out. A volley out there. Great. Great skill as well.
We've seen very little of Gustavo Neffa in the second half. Didn't see much of him in the first half, to be honest, until he snatched the first goal. But he clearly is a player of some quality.
And I think he'd been very pleased if he'd have scored that.
As you can see in the background, the crowd really has built up now. 72,000 capacity, Estadio Nacional, and they're not just here for this match, of course. I'm sure they're enjoying it. But coming up very soon, Chile against Argentina, the big one in Group A, and that should be quite a game. Sanabria. Paraguay being forced back. And the ball back with Chilavert. Great tackle at the expense of a corner. It was Jiménez who came in with the tackle.
Great piece of skill as well.
And
González.
Pacheco coming back. González and Neffa certainly look quite formidable up front. They're a useful combination.
Yes, they are.
And it's González to take the corner. Right-footed, so it should swing in. Difficult one for the goalkeeper. Did well to get it away. Rivas, inevitably with the break. Jaimes. Rivas again.
Everything seems to actually start with Rivas. He's definitely the playmaker. He likes to just start the ball off, just knock it about here and there and all over the place.
Jaimes.
I thought he was actually lining himself up for a shot then for a minute.
That really would have been ambitious. He was about 40 yards out. Well, now then, this is going to be interesting because it was Marcano who committed the foul.
He's already been booked, I think, hasn't he?
I think he already has a booking early on, and I suspect that is what Sanabria is querying with the referee.
But this is exactly the situation we spoke about earlier. Well, he's obviously let it go.
Paraguay have taken the free kick quickly. Sanabria again. Little chip forward. González. Hustled out of it by Yantis. But it's a foul on González. Jacquet is number 14. González, now Jacquet with a cross. It's a little too long, a little too deep. And the throw goes to Venezuela. I suppose there will be a danger now in the last 15 minutes or so John, that if Venezuela do push forward, then Paraguay could get a third.
Yeah, well,
catching them on the break.
They've got nothing to lose. I mean, if Venezuela did score a goal now, it really would be a great finale.
Paraguay throughout this second half have been largely content to just hang on to what they've already got.
Oh, yes.
The space here, and is this a third goal? Indeed it is. A comfortable one, and it's Luis Monzón who's got it. And the celebration, as we saw in the first match against Peru, kissing the shirt, putting it over his head. And it's Luis Monzón, who's largely had a very quiet game indeed, who's tucked it away for the third goal.
I think we can quite safely say it's all over now. It's a pity because, as we said, Venezuela were pushing forward, and it was all or nothing.
Well, could hardly miss that one. So that really will wrap it up. And confirmation of the goal scorer. So 2 goals in the tournament for Monzón. First against Peru in the opening game. And now a second one here. 3-0 then, Paraguay lead. And just about 14 minutes left in the game. Corner though to Venezuela, which Rivas will take.
That's nice. Very cheeky.
González again. Well, he'll try one.
A little bit ambitious, that shot,
to say the least. And a substitution about to be made for Paraguay this time. And it looks as if it's Peralta who is coming off. Felipe Peralta. And coming on is, we shall see in a moment,
can't actually see who that is coming on.
Sanabria is the substitute, Miguel Sanabria. So he replaces Felipe Peralta. He's a forward from Bolivar, from the Bolivar club. Now then, almost a chance. And that was deflected, I think. That could well be another corner for Venezuela. So there we are. That's the confirmation of the substitution.
There's not long to go now. Venezuela may as well push all their players forward and go for it. I don't think they're going to change this game round much.
So Yantis, just a variation on the corner kick this time. Instead of Rivas, it's Yantis to take it. Right-footed. And the header, firm one by Jiménez. But I think there was a bit of pushing there as well. In any event, it's a goal kick to Paraguay. So Group A building up nicely now. John, certainly with Chile and Argentina to come, the match after this, that's going to be a cracker, obviously. But this win for Paraguay will keep the pressure on those two, the big two.
Well, it keeps the melting pot going, doesn't it? I mean, it's good.
And Venezuela, well, sadly for them, it was always going to be a very, very difficult group for them. And they still have to play Peru. Pacheco. Martini, the man who came on as a substitute at half-time.
Bit of a hospital ball there by Yantis.
And that'll be a goal kick. Another free kick for Venezuela, which Jaimes will take. Jaimes tried to play the little 1-2, didn't get it back. Jaimes, well, struck it well, but maybe a little ambitious from that angle and that distance. And we're now inside the last 10 minutes. Paraguay leading by 3 goals to 0. 2 goals in the first half from Gustavo, Neffa and Carlos Guirland, and then a 3rd goal in this second half from Luis Monzón. Chilavert with the goal kick. Sanabria. And that'll be a goal kick too. Suárez coming up from defence to try his luck, but not hitting the target. Fasciana leaving the goal kick to Marcano.
It's unfortunate, really, because the scoreline doesn't really reflect what sort of game it's been, because it has been a very good game and a close game.
And that is a 4th Paraguayan goal, and again it's Luis Monzón who's got it, this time with his head. And in fact, it's the substitute, Miguel Sanabria, who's got it. So Sanabria sneaking in behind, rising above Marcano, and just drifting it inside the corner.
I think that's possibly his 2nd or 3rd touch as well, Ron.
So Miguel Sanabria, who came on a few minutes ago, absolutely delighted with that one. So 4 goals to 0. And if it wasn't all over before, well, it certainly is now. But I think I agree with John, it doesn't really tell the full story, because Venezuela in this second half have played some very neat football. Their finishing certainly hasn't been all that it might have been, and they're a little disappointing in the last third, but they really have played some nice stuff in the build-up. But Paraguay, let's be honest too, are able to find a rather different gear, aren't they, at times?
We spoke about that. They found a different gear, they've just stepped up. I think basically they might have been playing with Venezuela a little bit as well, because they wanted to go forward, they just went forward.
Yes, ultimately it makes it a good deal easier if everyone is forced down in attack, then the spaces are there to exploit, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right. So I'm told anyway.
That's not always the Wimbledon way, though, is it?
No, it's not.
Well, they're really exhibiting their skills now. Done by Neffa. Controlling the game completely now, as you would expect with a 4-0 cushion. But suddenly the spaces are appearing. Some tired Venezuelan legs.
They're just playing out for time now.
Just inside the last 5 minutes. And that was a deflection, and it'll be a corner. Shot driven in by Guirland, scorer of the 2nd goal.
Actually, that was a very good save. Put down very quickly for that.
chance for Paraguay to add a 5th goal. They certainly will be pleased with their performance.
Great skill.
Is that going to be another corner? Neffa, the man who broke through that time. Suddenly he's looking a very good player indeed. Great strength, great skill, and again the deflection.
He's coming into his own now, isn't he, Neffa?
Suddenly finding a little space.
Mind you, they are 4-0 up.
Guirland to take the corner. Really is so little space down there to take the corner kicks. González.
Good strength.
Great strength. Holding off 2 players. And finally, it's Jaimes who brings a little order to it. Put the ball out of play. Frankie whistle had already gone for a free kick. Foul on Jaimes. Worked the ball so well in tight situations, John.
Got great close control, great skills. The emphasis on the game is the technique and the skill.
Rivas. And he'll win a corner. Good run again by Rivas. Eventually putting Echenausi in.
Echenausi was a little bit slow on reading that, actually. If he'd have gone a split second earlier, he'd have been through there.
So we're inside the last 3 minutes, and the corner is going to be delayed, I think, for a substitution. No, decides that the game goes on.
Great ball.
Now then, real danger here. And is that a penalty? I suspect it's been given. Indeed it has.
I think he had actually gone and scored himself, actually. I don't know really why he had to dive for it.
Well, there was a dive, but I think he was probably clipped as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Whether he's going to caution the goalkeeper or not, I don't know.
Well, that's an interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because in fact he'd been forced wide. Now then, who's going to take this one? Looks as if it could be Monzón. So this could be 5 for Paraguay then, with the penalty. Fasciana, the goalkeeper. And 5 it is. Coolly struck away.
It's incredible, Ron, because anybody looking in who hadn't seen the match, you've got 5 bookings, we've got 5 goals.
And as easy as that, Fasciana, in fact, had guessed the right way, but couldn't quite reach it. So a second goal for Monzón. Wasn't that far away from it.
No, he wasn't.
And confirmation, as we're inside the last 2 minutes. Paraguay 5, Venezuela 0, and it's all ending in great disappointment for Venezuela.
That recovery was incredible there, wasn't it?
I think he was waiting for the trainer.
Great.
And then suddenly the ball arrived and he was fit again.
I'm sure he's got his equity card.
That's offside. So a minute left in this Group A game. Paraguay 5, Venezuela 0. Venezuela have now conceded 10 goals in the competition so far, in their 4 games. So the crowd certainly ready for the final whistle. more entertainment to come for them. The one they're really waiting for is the Chile-Argentina game, which follows this one. But we may not be done yet. And Fasciana blocking that one with his knees.
I think he was looking for another penalty then.
Looked like it.
So unnecessary when they're 5-0 up.
It was the captain, Sanabria, Vidal Sanabria. And we're now into stoppage time at the end of this game. And there, in fact, goes the final whistle, blown by referee Jose Torres. 5-0 then, the final score. Estadio Neffa and Carlos Guirland giving Paraguay a 2-0 interval lead. And then 2 goals by Luis Monzón in the second half. One of them a penalty. Miguel Sanabria, who came on as a substitute, also got in on the goal-scoring action. So a comfortable win for Paraguay then against Venezuela. Final score, Paraguay 5, Venezuela 0.
Welcome back to the National Stadium here in Santiago for